Hi, I'm Amy Elkins, and I'm a life coach. And today I want to talk to you about something that I call the thought in between. So, before I explain what that is, I'm just going to do an example, use an example so that you can see what I mean by the thought in between. So, when I'm doing coaching, I get people that come to me with a variety of problems or issues, things they want to talk about. Today I'm going to use an example of somebody who came to me saying, um, I'm feeling frustrated. Okay, feeling frustrated. All right. And so I'll say, so tell me, why are you feeling frustrated? Okay. And it says, my son isn't doing well in school. All right. So some of us can relate with that, right? My son isn't doing well in school. I'm feeling frustrated because my son isn't doing well in school. So I'll say, well, tell me, why are you thinking your son isn't doing well in school? Say, well, he's getting C's and D's, right? He's getting C's and D's. He's not turning in homework. Okay, so he's doing these things. He's getting C's and D's. He's not turning in homework. And that makes you think he's not doing well in school. When you think my son isn't doing well in school, then you're feeling frustrated. Okay? So then I will ask, when you're feeling frustrated, how are you acting with your son? What's going on when you act with your son when you're feeling frustrated? So you might say, I lecture him. That sounds fun, right? I lecture him. Are you engaging with them? Like, how, when you're feeling frustrated, how are you engaging with him? You lecture him. You're probably not having fun with him, right? Right? Um, are you helping him with his homework when you're feeling frustrated? I'm going to say probably not helping. Right? So when you're thinking he's not doing well in school, you're feeling frustrated, and you lecture him and you're not having fun with him and you're not helping him with his homework, what is that getting you? It sounds like you're not close with your son. And you're not helping him, right? Okay. So this is not feeling too good. This frustration, it doesn't feel good. You probably aren't liking what's going on. He's not liking being lectured. He's not liking his relationship with you. You're probably not liking your relationship, not feeling close with your son, right? Okay. And you're feeling frustrated and you think, this needs to change. He's not turning in his homework. He's getting C's and D's. I will not be frustrated when he changes this, when this changes. But who has power to change this? Who has power to change this? Who has power to change if he's getting C's and D's and turning in his homework? Do you have power to change that? No, these are things that have already happened or under his control. This is not under your control. This is not under my control, right? So I'm going to feel frustrated, right? But the thing is he's not getting C's and D's. He's not turning in homework. Then I'll say, what are you making it mean? So I want to write that down. What are you making this mean? Okay. He's getting C's and D's. He's not turning in his homework. What are you making this mean? You're making this mean to you, my son isn't doing well in school. This feels like a fact. You say, I have evidence right here. This feels like a fact, right? But this is actually, what are you making this mean? This is a thought. This isn't a fact. Even though you feel like you have evidence, this is not the only thing you could make this mean. Okay, my son isn't doing well in school. Is it possible that him getting C's and D's and not turning in homework, is there something else that you could make this mean? Is there something else you could think about? My son is getting C's and D's, he's not turning in his homework. Is there something besides my son isn't doing well in school that you could think about that? I'm going to challenge you to think that it could be a possibility. Instead of my son isn't doing well in school, what are you making this mean? What if you thought he is learning what he needs to learn right now? He's learning what he needs to learn right now. Is it possible that in addition to the material in his classes, right, that he's not learning as well as he could because he's getting C's and D's, is it possible there's other things he's learning? He's learning what he needs to learn right now, right? Could he be learning from the experience of not turning in his homework and getting C's and D's? Is that possible? I think that's a possible thing for you to think about. What are you making this mean? He's learning what he needs to learn right now. So let's try this thought on. It may be a little difficult at first, but let's think about it. Okay. He's still getting C's and D's. He's still not turning in his homework. But instead, I'm thinking he's learning what he needs to learn right now. How might you feel if you're thinking he's learning what he needs to learn right now? Is it possible you actually feel peaceful, content, right? Are those possible feelings if you're thinking he's learning what he needs to learn right now? And then if you're feeling peaceful and content, how might you be acting towards your son? Maybe you're asking him what he needs help with. Okay. Maybe you're actually having fun with him. Talking. And if you're doing all of those things, what kind of a result are you getting? All of a sudden you have a better relationship with your son, right? But did he have to change? Did he have to change what he was doing? He's still getting C's and D's and not turning in his homework. But you have a better relationship with your son because of this thought in between, right? Here it is. What are you making that mean that he's getting C's and D's and not turning in homework? Instead of thinking he's not doing well in school, which felt like a fact. It felt really true. But instead, if you made that mean he's learning what he needs to learn right now. Like just thinking about this situation, feel peaceful, content. I almost feel like something's lifted, right? Instead, then I'm focusing on him, right? On what he needs, on my relationship with him, instead of thinking how him doing this is making me feel, right? Instead, I'm thinking he's learning what he needs to learn, and then I feel peaceful and content, right? And then I have a better relationship with my son. And how does that feel to know that you don't have to depend on somebody else's behavior for your actions and your feelings, right? I think that feels pretty powerful. It doesn't always come right away. We need to work on these new thoughts. But isn't it amazing that this is optional? When I first put that up, it didn't feel very optional when it said, my son is doing well in school. That felt like a fact. It felt optional. And when that felt like a fact, we felt like we had no choice but to feel frustrated and to lecture him and to, do everything we could do to make ourselves not feel frustrated by changing him. Okay. But when we realized that was optional, there is other things that we could think of, then it opens up new possibilities, and other people don't have to change for our feelings to change. And that feels pretty powerful. All right, so that is the thought in between, right? It sneaks right in there. We think sometimes it's part of our facts, but it's actually the thought in between. And when we can change the thought in between, we can change all the rest of it. We can change our feelings and we can change our situation. Okay, that is the thought in between with Strong as You Think with Amy Elkins. We'll talk some more next time. Bye.